Here, the game in the balance, half-time score here. It's Viktoria Berlin 1, Augsburg 1. Well, a very watchable game this so far in Berlin, and one which you really can't call for now. Viktoria had a perfect start. Augsburg grew as the half wore on, and Rexbajai's goal, the platform they will feel to go on to win it. But the cup, you never know what's going to transpire. Well, the stats from the first half. Augsburg, of course, bossing possession so far. 7 shots to 2, and the one on target so far for Viktoria. Their goal 4 minutes in from Aidan Liu, the American-born player. Rexbajai there to level things up in a game well fought so far. At the break, all square, 1 goal each. The game has been very watchable so far in central Berlin. At half-time, we are level. The highlights from the first half. Fourth-tier Viktoria with a perfect start. Augsburg had done at the set-piece, and Aidan Liu, born in Chicago, Illinois, spells in Denmark and the Faroe Islands. This his first goal, his club's first ever goal in the DFB-Pokal for Viktoria Berlin. A start they could not have dreamed of. Coach Dennis Kutrip's team with a lightning fast start. Augsburg, of course, the top division team, came back with a threat. And Elvis Rexbajai to level things up with a terrific finish. His first game since March when he broke his foot versus Köln in the Bundesliga. And Rexbajai here to give the game parity again in that first half. Yes, Torup's team back level at 1 each. Well, a cracking game so far, and a game in the balance. Do join us again to see how this one will unfold. Half-time here, 1-1. Join us again soon.
This cup fight is one of the most exciting I've ever seen.
A Bundesliga giant beaten by a non-league side.
It's the round where the unexpected can really happen.
As they say, the cup makes its own rules.
When Bundesliga heavyweights Hamburg paid a visit to the idyllic surroundings of Geislingen, the whole village turned out to see them. The 1983 European Cup winners were at full strength, but it was the third-tier side who took the lead thanks to Wolfgang Haug's sensational opener. The favourites were on the ropes, and Klaus Perfetto delivered the knockout blow in the second half. A Bundesliga giant beaten by a non-league side on a day they'll never forget in Geislingen.
"90 minutes, no goals between fourth-tier Rot-Weiß Essen and Bayern 04 Leverkusen. Bailey! Oh, he's got it! In the dying seconds of the first half of extra time. Rot-Weiß Essen throwing everything forward now. Kefke scores! Rot-Weiß Essen, after 108 minutes, are back in the game. 3 minutes to go. 117 have been played. This is Engelmann! It's Engelmann! Simon Engelmann! Quarter-final for Rot-Weiß Essen, and this is why we love football.
While the record champions were busy signing autographs, their non-league opponents were carefully studying the tactics board. It was the game of the century for FV Weinheim. The mighty Bayern were in town, with 5 freshly crowned world champions in their lineup. But third-tier Weinheim could sense DFB-Pokal history in the making. In the 28th minute, Thomas Schweigheimer, a carpenter by trade, hammered home from the spot. The overwhelming underdogs were in the lead. An emotional dressing room talk and a second-half performance full of guts and grit saw them over the line. Party time in provincial Weinheim as the non-league minnows celebrated one of the all-time cup shocks.
Third Division Osnabrück take on the big boys from Hamburg and the Bremer Brücke Stadium in front of a sellout crowd. Osnabrück down to 10 men as early as the 18th minute. There's Halil Savran. The underdogs take the lead completely against the run of play. Clever feet by Konstantin Engel. He finds Ahmed Arslan. 2-0. Osnabrück, a man down, but 2 goals up. There's Arslan. 3-0. This is incredible. Bobby Wood sends the keeper the wrong way. It's too little, too late. Osnabrück go into DFB-Pokal immortality, knocking out the big boys from the Bundesliga. And the amazing thing is, they've done it with 10 men.
Eintracht Trier had a taste for giant killing in the 1997-98 season. After seeing off Unterhaching and Schalke, it was time for the Champions League holders to rock up at the Moselstadion. Everyone wanted a glimpse of Borussia Dortmund. Even global stars like Paulo Sousa, Andreas Müller and Jürgen Kohler had to admire Trier's opener. The Regional League outfit showing it had world-class capabilities too. It was the same story in the second half as Trier doubled their lead. Jürgen Kohler did reduce the arrears later, but no more than that. A third-tier outfit knocking out the Champions League winners. A story only the DFB-Pokal can write.
The whole region of Ulm looking forward to the visit of Eintracht Frankfurt, the cup holders. Ulm still very much in this game. They've got a free kick. Marina gets his head to it. Stefan Kienler, 1-0 to Ulm. Ulm under pressure, but they've shown resolve, they've shown spirit, they've shown resilience. Campagna gets it away, they can break now. Vitali looks on the run. Salcedo struggling. Look stays on his feet and makes it 2-0. The Donau Stadium going absolutely wild. Gonzalo Paciencia. He gives Eintracht a few crumbs of hope. SSV Ulm reached the second round of the DFB Cup for the first time in 17 years. It's an afternoon they'll never forget. It's the first time in 22 years that the cup holders go out in the first round.
For tiny Sandhausen, it was a huge draw. The provincial side played host to big city Stuttgart, who had big names on board. Jogi Löw, the assistant coach, and their famous magic triangle up front, Bobic, Elber and Balakov, the man who grabbed the opener. That was cancelled out by Matthias Bernhardt, before Bobic restored the lead after the break. But with just 3 minutes to go, Slaviša Staletovic nodded home the next equaliser. 2-2 the final score. And after a goalless extra time, the match went to an extraordinary penalty shootout. Everyone scored 25 successful spot kicks in a row, a DFB-Pokal record. Then Hendrik Herzog stepped up and hit the post. There was no holding back. Third-tier Sandhausen were through after an epic shootout drama and rewriting the DFB-Pokal history books.
FC Saarbrücken, a fourth-tier club, faced Germany's Bundesliga team Fortuna Düsseldorf in the quarter-final of the DFB Cup. First over the pass to Janica! 1-0! Saarbrücken take the lead! It's It's the final minute. We're already into 90. Corner Sturger, and the goalkeeper's there too. Kastenmeier with a header onto the head of Zanka. An equaliser so late on. No more scored in extra time. It's a penalty shootout. If it goes in, Dusseldorf are through to the semi-finals of the DFB-Pokal. They're not! They're not! And now it's up to Müller. Can he score? The answer is yes! And they're in the lead! If he misses, Saarbrücken are through. And it's been saved! Never before have a team from the fourth tier reached a semi-final in the DFB-Pokal.
Welcome back from me, match commentator Dan O'Hagan. Half-time here in this DFB-Pokal round one game. We're on the balance here. Fourth tier, the Viktoria Berlin 1, FC Augsburg of the Bundesliga 1. Elvis Rexbejai to level Aiden Lew's surprise opener for the Minnows. But Augsburg did come on strong as the first half wore on. Did see a wonderful goal line blocked by Lew to deny Philipp Tietz a goal. And Tietz also had one disallowed by the offside flag as well. So it is all square. And Augsburg will maybe feel they should be in front after 45 minutes. Hasn't been a major shock so far in this year's first round. Will we see one here in the second half? Or maybe in terms of the outcome beyond that, if we go to penalties and extra time. But Rexbejai's goal to level things up here has given Augsburg a platform to build on for the second half of this cup tie. Here at the Friedrich Ludwig Jahn Sportpark in central Berlin, the borrowed home of Viktoria here, the fourth-tier minnows. And Aidan Lou in that first half at both ends was tremendous. Got the goal then, denying Tietz Slate on with a superb clearance on the line. And he a chief reason why at the break here we are level and all square. It will be Viktoria Berlin to get the second half underway. Viktoria began the first half with a lightning quick start. We see similar from them in the second here. They scored inside 4 minutes through Aidan Lou to lead, but Elvis Rexbejai's goal has got the team from the Bundesliga level. Here is Kevin Schlotterbeck, both teams from the first half unchanged. Here is Schlotterbeck for Jeffrey Hauerleu. Augsburg begin their top division season next Saturday. Viktoria already 3 games into their Regionalliga Nordost campaign. Breithaupt, Arnemeyer, now Giannoulis. Here is Giannoulis with the ball in. Had a good first half, the left-back Giannoulis, first game for the club, having come in from Norwich. In the first half, he won 86% of his challenges, which is a very good debut indeed so far for him. In here to the chest of Schlotterbeck. Now it's Rexbejai for Breithaupt. Hauerleu, the ball breaks off him here, and it was Habish and Mohammed in there for Viktoria. Now Arnemeyer. Meyer, Engels, Giannoulis. Giannoulis, Arnemeyer again. Mohammed stepping in there for Viktoria Berlin. Ball given away though here. Engels dispossessed the ball. Breaks now for Julian Darmelang. And Darmelang taken out. And the game's first yellow card coming here. That foul on Darmelang by Rexbejai. Yellow card for the former Wolfsburg midfielder Elvis Rexbejai, beginning now his third Augsburg season. Yellow card in for that challenge on Julian Darmelang. Only Augsburg's second foul committed in the cup tie so far. It is enough to draw a yellow card from the young referee. Only 27, Eric Weisbach. It is his first ever game in the DFB-Pokal. He has had 2 years as a Dritter-Liga referee. He's now in his first season in the second tier, the Zweite Bundesliga. In here by Lisinski. Off the ball, Rexbejai's gone down, collision there with Larry Nana Ullis. Dennis Kutrip. The coach new this season with Viktoria. Certainly his predecessor, Semi Keskin, did set a high benchmark. He really took the club on in his 2 years, working with such young players. Third place in the fourth tier last season was, for a squad so young, an enormous feat for Viktoria. Winning as well the Berlin Cup to qualify for this competition. Here is Hauerleu for Augsburg. Hawaleu for Rex Bajai. Pedersen, Tietz. Back again here to Hawaleu in turn for Mads Pedersen again. Pedersen, Tietz and Rex Bajai. As in the first half, Augsburg will control possession, dominate the ball and ask most questions. Hawaleu here just behind Mads Pedersen. Looks a fairly kind start in terms of their league fixtures, Augsburg. A fairly kind first 4 match days anyway. Werder home, Heidenheim away, St. Pauli home and then Mainz at home. So of their first 4 league matches, 3 are at the Vivica Arena. In here by Lippegauss. One back by Essende here for Augsburg. Engels. Essende, Arne Meyer for Janulis. The cross for Tietz, punched away by Horenburg. And a painful one too from his teammates, who I think felt his goalkeeper's full force when he came to punch the ball away here. As the cross comes in, I think Tietz was offside anyway here, but yeah, goalkeeper comes and clatters into young Marvin Paul. Young man only turned 18 back in June. He was clattered by his goalkeeper. He has been so far first choice. He's begun all 3 league matches so far, Paul, despite his lack of years. Horenburg has just returned the goalkeeper. He missed the first 3 games. Niklas Petsch, the former Union junior, kept goal for the first 3 matches of their competitive season. Well, Victoria are in the game, make no mistake, at 1-1. You will know, of course, Augsburg will have so much more possession. Have to stand firm, keep their shape, keep their structure, keep their discipline. And hope maybe a set piece again will open up Augsburg, who are a team who last season found set plays a notorious weakness. Allowed a staggering 20 goals in via set plays, a third of their goals against total last season in the Bundesliga. Well, Horenburg is okay. Goalkeeper who joined a year ago from Altkliniker. He only became first choice in the new year when the former number 1, Maximilian Kinzig, moved on to join Mainz's reserve team. So no harm done to goalkeeper and centre-back. Play will resume here with Horenburg for Viktoria Berlin. Here's Habisch. Pedersen. Away by Marvin Paul. Lippegauss forward towards Darmalang. Breithaupt given away here to Mesut Mohammed. Well, this year marks 15 years since Augsburg's best ever run in the competition. Semi-finals in 2010. By Werder Bremen in that semi-final. Lisinski. With Arne Meyer on the move for Augsburg. Meyer. Essende. Essende takes on Oehlers. Arne Meyer back on here for Essende. Essende's in! And that is his first goal in German football. The man they signed to take the number to fill the shoes of Ermedin Demirovic. Their new number 9 has his first goal for the club from the Fugelstadt. In the first half, he was starved of service, Samuel Essende, but there got away and he took the goal really, really well. Just the striker's 15th touch of the ball, this, and his goal to make it 2-1 for Augsburg. Well, Demirovic is a hard act to follow, and this the first goal for the man who has been signed to replace him. Essende and Augsburg lead the cup tie for the first time today. 2-1. Essende, lovely assist too from Arne Meyer, and Augsburg in front. Signed from the Portuguese club Vizela, but schooled at Paris Saint-Germain, his hometown club. And there shows a very cool eye for a finish. And Augsburg now lead the fourth-tier team in the cup tie. Hawaleu. Mats Pedersen. Away from Yildirim. 6 here is Jeffrey Hawaleu. For Elvis Rex Bajai. Engels was onside. Engels. Now Kevin Schlotterbeck. They want a handball here against Jan Lippagaus. Augsburg have responded well to that early setback to lose a goal inside 4 minutes. Now they are in front. On the dead ball here, Mads Pedersen is an option. Left though for Arne Meyer, who is one of their more regular dead ball strikers. Meyer in here and too near to goalkeeper Horenburg. Good claim. This is Rajklesinski. Away though here, straight to Dimitrios Giannoulis. Rex Bajai. Schlotterbeck. Now Giannoulis. Giannoulis still here into Arne Meyer. And brought down. Does get forward well, Giannoulis. At Norwich always felt, I think, really he was more effective in his attacking than his defensive work. Replacing Iago, a Brazilian who's moved on after 5 years with Augsburg. Iago back in his native Brazil this season. There is Meyer. Meyer clipped across now to Hawaleu. Schlotterbeck. Closed down there by Yildirim, who was rather late on Schlotterbeck, and a yellow card coming here for Matahan Yildirim for that rather late stopping of Schlotterbeck. So 1 yellow card each. Yildirim, the first name taken on the Viktoria Berlin team. One of their teenagers, 19, born in the city, through their various youth teams here. He left his mark on Kevin Schlotterbeck. Schlotterbeck. Breithaupt. Giannoulis. It's Engels. Going through there for him. It's come back to Schlotterbeck and dropped in towards Essende here, headed down towards Philipp Tietz. There's Oehlers. Engels here, back to Pedersen, but a foul scene on Hebisch. It's a real test of Viktoria's character now. Can they find reserves of energy to fight back here from a goal down to a Bundesliga club? Will, as the game wears on, of course, have superior levels of energy, of fitness. Of course, on the bench as well, options for them to change things with Jes Torup. bench the likes of Christian Jakic and Ruben Vargas, as well as the new man from Bayern, Yusuf Kabadai. He can play in the offensive midfield positions. 12 years on the books with Bayern before his move this summer. He's seen, I think, as the replacement should they sell Ruben Vargas, which has been in the press this summer, the hot topic. Lisinski, Hebisch. Now the chase on for Darmalang. It is Darmalang here. Hebisch. Metehan Yildirim. Almost broke as well there for Alexander Dikarev, who is well advanced. So Lisinski throwing in here for Viktoria. The hour mark is approaching quickly in Berlin. Lisinski in. Here is Darmalang. Hawaleo clear. Janulis, and again. Now Arne Engels. Now Essende. Shrugs off Marvin Paul. Essende looking for Pedersen, who just lost his footing on the surface. The hour mark is almost upon us. It is 2-1 Augsburg. This man's goal, the difference. Samuel Essende. He's 1m92. He's a very, very strong striker. And certainly his record of almost a goal every other game in Portugal shows he's in front of goal extremely sharp as well. And off the mark now as an Augsburg player. And this is his first game that matters. Rex Bajai for Mads Pedersen. It'll be a corner. Just get the impression that goal has just shattered the resistance and the resolve of Viktoria Berlin. Yellow card was shown as well in there to Alexander Dikarev, by the way. Meyer does deliver very good quality set pieces. Has done for years and years. It's Meyer on the corner for Augsburg, away there by the head of Hebisch. So Augsburg's cup tie to lose now. Here's Rex Bajai for Arne Meyer. Meyer dug out the cross towards Essende. Schlotterbeck. I saw his brother score a stunner last season for Dortmund versus Union Berlin in the Bundesliga. Kevin is not really one known to shoot from range like that. Hebisch towards Lippagaus, chasing this one down. Goalkeeper Nedilko Labrovic kept last season 18 clean sheet and 35 for Rijeka in the Croatian top division. Arne Engels for Essende. Now Meyer. Augsburg with an ever tightening grip on the cup tie in the second half. Here is Schlotterbeck. Philip Tietz. Dimitrios Giannoulis. Oehlers for Viktoria Berlin. Lisinski. Yildirim. This is Breithaupt, who did start the last 3 games of the last Bundesliga season. Today preferred over Christian Jakic. Essende. Held up there by Paul. Another layoff into the path of Yildirim. Can they fashion a chance here to level this one up? It's Raik Lisinski. Into Yildirim. Mesut Mohammed. Jan Lippagaus. who's a huge player in the summer, the Brazilian Lucas Falcao. He was last season Victoria Berlin's top scorer and top assister. Scored 22, assisted 9 across all competitions. He's moved on to Šibenik in the Croatian top division from Union Berlin. Certainly Lucas Falcao has, for them, been, just like Demurovic for Augsburg, a very hard player to replace. Hawaleo. Away by Marvin Paul. It'll fall though here to Engels for Rex Bajai. Pedersen. Engels. Van Lippegaus for Victoria Berlin. Schlotterbeck. Dimitrios Giannoulis. Breithaupt. Back to Rex Bajai. Rex Bajai for Engels. Engels shot! He scored his first 3 goals in the Bundesliga last season, Arne Engels, a Belgian who has really grown in his time with Augsburg. And a change here, a double change, 2 more debuts. We're going to see both Marius Wolf and also here Yusuf Kabadai, young attacker who's come in from Bayern, 12 years on their books. Wolf here fresh from his release by Borussia Dortmund. So Pedersen off, and so too here Essende. Kabadai is on with Wolf here to make their first appearances for Augsburg.
Hello.
So Wolf is on, not yet fit to start matches. Here is Darmalang with the ball in, just beyond Habish. Also brought on Christian Jakic too in that 3-way switch into midfield. Number 17, the Croatian. And he makes way to see there on screen now for Tim Breithaupt. Giannoulis. Jakic. Towards Tietz. So look now at Kabadai alongside Philip Tietz. This is Julian Darmalang. Darmalang on now to Maisour Mohammed. And Darmalang again with a turn. Darmalang shot! Labrovic behind it. And Marius Wolf. First action for him as an Augsburg player. Victoria's first shot of the second half, and from Darmalang, held by the new goalkeeper for Augsburg, Labrovic. It'll be a very keenly fought battle once Finn Darman's fit to see who will be the first choice for Jes Torup. Darman had his critics among the Augsburg support for sure, having come in from Mainz last season. We'll see a couple of changes too for Victoria Berlin very shortly. Last season, by the way, Kabadai had a very good loan spell with Schalke 04 in the second tier. It's his first game in Augsburg colours. Here's Marius Wolf likewise. Wolf on for Rex Bajai. Rex Bajai for Jakic. Jakic, Kabadai, looks for Wolf again. It's Wolf's cross, beyond Arnamai. Here's Kabadai, wouldn't sit for him, it's away by Habish. Augsburg looking very hungry to winning the ball back as well here, high up the field. See, maybe the tiredness is creeping in here for Victoria. Win's a win. There'll be question marks, of course, over their slow start, but in in the Pokal, the name of the game is qualification for the next round, and they're on the way to doing that. Habish down. There'll be a triple change here then for Viktoria Berlin. Going to see here Cheyenne Mensah, as well as the striker Oleg Skakun. Also going to see Emmanuel Ilekwa, who is a young striker who's come through, among other clubs, the youth system at Leipzig. Mensah, a Ghanaian. He'll play on the left wing, I think. Skakun is the striker, the young Ukrainian, as is Ilekwa as well. Forward here by Marvin Paul. Header on by Habish. This is Mensah towards Ilekwa. Corner here for Viktoria Berlin, so that triple change is energised here. They've won a corner almost straight away, having brought those three players on. All those new players find a goal here to level this cup tie up. In goes the corner. Oh, and the header behind here for another one by Anna Engels. Okay, not one yet here to play still. Around 20 minutes. Oleg Skakun on the corner. There goes that corner towards Ilekwa. That comes out to Mensah. And Mensah's cross. Oh, there's promise here. Liu on the turn. I think Liu there took the ball away from his own teammate Yildirim, who was in a better position. Well, Niklas Dorsch is coming on. He replaced, we think, Rex Bajai, who got the equaliser, and this was it. There's been talk of Dorsch being on his way out. He's been linked very heavily with a loan move to Belgian side Anderlecht. Coming on here for Rex Bajai for the game's last 19 or so minutes of the cup tie. Here is Niklas Dorsch, another one school at Bayern. Jakic, Schlotterbeck, away by Aiden Liu. Here's Ilekwa, it's for Skakun alongside him. Will be a foul as well, the challenge not one the referee approved of. Left Anna Engels in a lot of difficulty on the surface. Just the arm comes across and caught Engels in the face. Niklas Dorsch. You see the stats for the game so far. Possession in the charge of the top division team, more shots as well, and the pass completion good as well. Here's Tietz, Marius Wolf, now Dorsch available. And Dorsch there, the ball has been given away by Anna Meyer, who now has it back. Hawaleo. Defender here is Paul. One more goal here would surely put this tie to bed for Augsburg. Marius Wolf on the throw-in. Looked after his 6 years with Dortmund in the summer on a free transfer. Never really nailed down a first choice position in his time at Die Schwarz-Gelben. Win 5 caps though for the national team under Hansi Flick. This is Kabadai, covered there by Mensah. Marvin Paul. Can Victoria find an equaliser? Paul. In steps Howaleo here. It's come to Niklas Dorsch. Dorsch for Meyer. Only a single goal difference here. 2-1 Augsburg. Here's Wolf. Seven new signings at Augsburg this summer. It's been a busy window for them. Maybe the transfer's not done yet. As I say, there's lots of talk around 1 or 2 exits. Ruben Vargas, Felix Udekai and Niklas Dorsch all mentioned about potential departures from the Fugerstadt. Lekwa here was challenged fairly by Schlotterbeck. Wolf. Niklas Dorsch. Engels chasing here, covered by Aiden Liu for Victoria. There's Yildirim with Christian Jakic. To play around 15 minutes of the cup tie. Still, Augsburg's passage not entirely certain. Marvin Paul here with Engels behind him. Away by Liu. Lost only a single home league match last season, Victoria. That was a 5-1 loss to Carl Zeiss Jena. This is Yildirim. Now it's come back to Meyer for Augsburg. Howaleo. Jakic. Arne Meyer. Janulis. In for Kabadai. Janulis, oh, and caught rather late and heavily by Mensah. Could be in trouble here. Yellow card coming for Shehan Mensah. The player who's only just come on the field. Sees yellow for this challenge on Janulis. It was a rather late one, and just left his mark on the Greek. So Mensah, the latest name taken by the referee, Eric Weisbach. Does give Augsburg another set piece in a position which they could maybe work here to really see off the game. Arne Meyer on the free kick for Augsburg. He's got Jakic joining that raiding party of men. Arne Meyer set piece towards Howaleo. Howaleo got the shot away and the goalkeeper hangs on to it. Horenberg save with Howaleo taking aim from a good position. It stays 2-1 here for Augsburg. So Mensah's yellow card confirmed. This is Jakic. Closed down there by Oleg Skakun. Mensah. Now Yildirim. Yildirim. Mensah dispossessed there by Janulis. Skakun. In by Yildirim here towards Elekwa. Now Augsburg break away. The measured ball dropped in here for Kabadai to chase. Kabadai dispossessed there by Aiden Liu, who has been a contender for Victoria's best player on the field today. Marvin Paul. This is Elekwa. Elekwa, who has come on to offer another option in attack for Victoria. And here Ruben Vargas coming on. This, I wonder if it will be maybe a farewell game for the club for Vargas. As I say, linked with moves elsewhere away from the Bundesliga. And the Swiss will take the place here of Arne Meyer for the game's last, 12 or so minutes of the 90. So Vargas on for Jes Torup's team. Hasn't played too much in the friendlies. He, of course, had time off in the wake of the Euros with Switzerland. That's Yildirim. Now Eulers. Eulers for Mensah. Ilekwa. Ilekwa still. Now Mensah for Viktoria Berlin here. Mensah still wrestled down, but he was doing the wrestling, says the referee. In there with Giannoulis. On a double change here, we're going to see both Damian Čorić and also Diren Mehmet Günay coming on here. Čorić only 18, he has played at third division level for his last club, Unterhaching. On the books there when they put out Augsburg last season. So Damalang is off and also Yildirim. Double change here as they chase the game and goal down at 2-1 with 10 to play of the 90. Dorsch. Chase on here for Günay. Skakun and Günay. Viktoria will feel the changes have maybe given them a bit more energy. For Dennis Kutrip, his team chased the game, chased the cup tie. In here by Günay, towards Hebisch, away by Jakic. Comes here now for Ilekwa, for Čorić. And Mensah's cross is disappointing. Last season their crowds only broke into 4 figures on 2 occasions. Home games with Cottbus and Dynamo Berlin. They won both those matches. Today's crowd around 6 times they got for their last league game, which is just shy of 900. You can see here Giannoulis, it's been a good debut so far for the Greek. 2 shots, he didn't score at all for Norwich in his 4 years in England. Good rate of challenges won as well in this his first game for Augsburg in place of the departed Jago. Giannoulis with a foul and a yellow card here to go with his otherwise unimpeachable debut. The tug back on the very tricky winger Şeyan Mensah. It's been eye-catching so far. It's coming on, so Giannoulis is cautioned. Viktoria Berlin 1, Augsburg 2. The team from the Bundesliga in front, thanks to the second half goal from one of their new arrivals, Samuel Essende. Mensah. Ilekwa. Now it's Engels for Augsburg. Engels into Tietz, in turn here for Niklas Dorsch. And Dorsch on for Marius Wolf. This is Yusuf Kabadai. 12 years with Bayern, you don't spend that long at Bayern if you don't have something about you, and Kabadai certainly showed an X-factor in his loan spell with Schalke in the second tier last season. Dorsch, now Wolf. Hawaleu with the Lekwas closing down. Günay asking a lot of the chasing Skakun here. Cleared by goalkeeper Labrovic. This is Ilekwa. And Mensah here for Hebisch. Oh, Mensah, there's a stumble there by Giannoulis to open the door, a fraction here for Viktoria Berlin. Mensah's cross, and the goalkeeper on the line hangs on to it there, Labrovic. Not the most clean piece of play there from the new Augsburg goalkeeper. Again, Mensah, who has been since coming on, a very impressive presence for Viktoria Berlin. Engels on here to Vargas. Vargas for Tietz. Sets up Dorsch. And the shot from distance into the arms of the goalkeeper from Christian Jakic. He did score a rare brace, his first ever brace in a game at Wolfsburg last March. Only goal so far for Augsburg. Well, a win's a win, but there will be questions about Augsburg and various elements of their play today. Tietz. Now Vargas onto Niklas Dorsch. Wolf. Jakic. There's Günay. Paul. Now Lü into Čorić. Oh, and then a late challenge here. And a card is coming. Jakic sees yellow. The challenge here on Diden Mehmet Günay. Long gone before Jakic arrived. Maybe just slipped there on the surface more than any malicious intent in that. I think he maybe just lost his balance. Paul. The ball lost here. It's Jakic into Philipp Tietz. Tietz. And Ruben Vargas here for Kabadai, heads it down. Niklas Dorsch, that'll do it. Niklas Dorsch, Augsburg 3-1 in front. It's his first goal since December of 2021, would you believe? Hence the roar, the relief, the release of frustration as Dorsch wraps things up here. Well, he's found minutes scarce in the last couple of seasons for Augsburg. And here his goal to wrap up the cup tie. Made here by Kabadai, down for Dorsch, who was not about to miss that kind of chance. Augsburg 3-1 clear. And Niklas Dorsch with a very rare goal for the team from the Fuggerstadt. No way back now, surely, for Viktoria Berlin. 2 behind now in the game's last 3 minutes. And Augsburg can look forward to a place in round 2, which of course they didn't do last year. Beaten by 30 Unterhaching. This is Ilekwa. Nicked by Jakic. Jakic. Kabadai will go down as having a debut assist for that goal for Dorsch. Jakic for Haualeo. Ruben Vargas, who put the initial cross in for that third goal here. Tietz chasing, but that should be with the Horenburg. Now Marvin Paul. Paul. It's Kabadai. Comes to Mensah for Viktoria Berlin. Forward by Dikarev. This is Skarkun, does well. And Skarkun for Ilekwa, but Dorsch doing a good defensive job there for Augsburg. Here is Niklas Dorsch. That's not so good, given away. Kevin Schlotterbeck One of the debut makers, Augsburg's new players have certainly played their part today. Hit long by Labrovic. Here's Kabadai. Followed by Dikarev. Janulis now are about to enter the game's last minute of normal time. Jakic. Schlotterbeck. That's Oehlers into Choric. Tenacious work here has won the ball back. It was Kabadai for Augsburg. Now Gunay. Good ball as well here, looking for Mensah. Just can't control it. Well, they played their part here, the fourth-tier team. They've at no point been disgraced by Augsburg. And they led, don't forget, for around 20 minutes in the first half before Rex Bajai's goal, and here now it comes Ilekwa's way. Ilekwa's in! Ilekwa should have scored here to make it a one-goal game again. Ball given away in Emmanuel Ilekwa here, with a brilliant chance for Viktoria Berlin to get back into the cup tie in added time, of which there'll be 4 minutes. This was a chance. What a chance for Ilekwa. And wide there from the teenage striker. Labrovic forward. Falls here for Mensah. Mensah's cross blocked by Janulis. Now Jakic comes away. Marius Wolf. Vargas onto Tietz. Christian Jakic. Niklas Dorsch. Dorsch, great ball in here. Ruben Vargas, super block. Aidan Liu. He has done all he can today for his team. Another good piece of defensive work here from the centre-back from Chicago. Vargas. Jakic. Angles here. This is Kabadai. Kabadai, Janulis. Deep one here for Philip Tietz to make it 4. Well, Tietz makes his mark. An assist there from Janulis too on his debut for Augsburg. And they are now pulling clear in added time. 4-1 they lead now in the capital. And Philip Tietz here makes the most of the lovely cross by Janulis. And the header dropped in to give Augsburg clear daylight. And they lead now by 3 clear goals in the cup tie. Now the game is truly beyond the reach of Viktoria Berlin. Augsburg are set course and are charging now into the second round draw. So Viktoria did get their consolation goal, but Augsburg second half have had the quality here to really finish them off. Hebisch here for Choric. Choric for Gunay. Gunay's giveaway here, it's up to Ruben Vargas. Vargas through, and now Kabadai, who'd love a debut goal for Augsburg. Kabadai. On to Ruben Vargas here. Is there one more goal here before we're done for Augsburg of the Bundesliga? Vargas for Jakic, for Engels. That'll be a foul. The referee here wants words as well with Oleg Skakun. Dennis Kutrib's team in the first half certainly held their own, but the second half, Augsburg, their fitness, their quality, see them pull clear. Here's Dorsch. The free kick. Again, Skakun, the player involved in it. Jakic, now Arne Engels. Janulis, Dorsch. Augsburg do not fall this year at the round one hurdle. They repeated last year's humiliation in Unterhaching here in Berlin today. They were behind early on. Aidan Lou's goal for the fourth-tier side Viktoria, but the second half Augsburg showed their class and their quality and wrapped up the tie with 3 goals. Essendon on his debut, the Niklas Dorsch, and then in added time Philip Tietz here to put this one to bed. And Augsburg through into the second round draw. Full-time score here, Viktoria Berlin 1, Augsburg 4. Rexbejai's goal to level in the first half was a turning point. Viktoria's lead ripped away by the goal from Rexbejai. At half-time all square, but in the second half the team of Jes Torup had too much for Dennis Kutrip's Viktoria Berlin. In the end they run out fairly routine winners, Augsburg here. The full-time score 4-1 in Berlin this afternoon. Well, certainly Viktoria played their part in the first half especially, but I think you saw in the second half the Bundesliga quality, the fitness really shone through from Augsburg, who in the end take a fairly convincing win back to the Fuggerstadt ahead of their first game in the Bundesliga next Saturday, when they will welcome Werder Bremen for the first league game of their 14th unbroken top division season. Viktoria go back now to the 4th tier. And they will have enjoyed their day here for sure, but having led the game so early, they will feel they could have won maybe this, or maybe at least forced penalties in the second half, but they were picked out and picked apart as Augsburg in the second half really moved up several gears. Well, Torup's men in the end had enough, more than enough to get this one done. And they will now look forward to the second round draw of the DFB-Pokal. Well, the fans have come in number here to cheer them on, around 1,500 from the Fuggerstadt to support Augsburg this afternoon. I'm sure some may have feared the worst when they saw the team go behind so early on to that goal from Aidan Lou, but Augsburg responded and did well in the end. And these are the closing facts and figures. So, of course, possession controlled by the team from the Bundesliga. 14 shots to 5, 8 on target, of which 4 went in today. It was a well-fought, a combative game, but Augsburg had too much for 4th tier Viktoria Berlin. So Viktoria returned to life in the Regionalliga Nordost, with Augsburg able now to focus on the Bundesliga kickoff next weekend